Ooh.
Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Pollard going to try the right side. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
It's now third down and 4.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Check.
From the gun, Jackson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success. How about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Grant Haley in on the stop. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They go play action with Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jeff Swaim, 26 yards. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Davis now to return it. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
That quarterback. I'm going to dog. Kyler Murray. I returned Kyler Murray. You know, nigga, I ain't scared to trade, man. I'm going to trade that.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 62 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Yes.
Extra point
everything I come out here and go, he click on a different DB and know where I want to go with the
kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Jones, he's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And he comes back with one complete. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. They'll go with a big back foot in it. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's got this down to the 35. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Kill.
1st down, and it's Pollard again. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Started the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
I am.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson, he'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone.
Yeah, bro,
Instead,
that's what I
down.
gotta break that habit, bro.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. On the draw, it's Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So on 3rd down, they dialed up the draw play. It worked. Got him in the end zone.
As one of our colleagues likes to say, calling the draw, everyone wants to yell all the time when the draw doesn't work. Like, what kind of play call was that? But it takes a little bit of fortitude to do that because you may catch it with the element of surprise and hit it. And in this case, they...
I'm gonna add him in here. Good job.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Jones on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Jones. Going to throw again. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
I just want to get booted, though.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now they try the right side here. 11 yards there, first down.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Only a yard that time, second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Here's Jones. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. The run on 4th and goal from the 4 is stopped short. Now this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
And they're going to see him. He's going to see
coming up
him.
in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Check. Fresno. Kill. Shit. Watch the shit.
On 2nd down, Pollard. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Cowboys on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Switch. Rush in.
Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, yeah, I'm a pick six,
Incomplete. He
man.
had his
That's
hands
beautiful.
on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Ready. 60 or. Hey, Delta.
It's down low right now.
Jones now throwing on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They give him a gain of 38. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Oh, why you running through your
And he's
player,
going to
bro? You
press
was
this
doing
one
like
forward as they stop him right
he was
around
running
the
to each other.
line.
He gets stuck.
He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to...
And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Punching it in from a yard away. As they are now on the board here in the first half. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Jackson. Throw right side, caught by Davis. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Looking downfield for Jones. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Game situation. Let's go. Check 13.
Check safety, check safety.
Throwing again. Jackson.
He
rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Bro, ain't nothing. Bro, this nigga got an 87 speed, 89 speed safety, and he's over the top.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back.
Take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, 67 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
They go play action now. Jackson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Run for Pollard, and a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to put one over his head as this game progresses.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Mike is a 50. Check right 50.
Here I come.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's complete right around the 8. And he is going to lose yardage here. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. The kick by Marr is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're putting the eyes of the quarterback and he delivers the ball.
Looking to throw. Jones got a man, Slayton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now he's going to throw deep right side. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Let's see who this is on. I'm behind this
big play there. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A 20-yard touchdown. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Rosas to add the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff looking right. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Ready.
50, minus 50. I'm coming.
Jones from the gun on third down. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And down to the 19-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 44 yards on the ground.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have taken the lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
Better O-line. His D-line is getting way more pressure.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
I got X-Factors on my feet. I don't understand it, fool.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. What they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now here's Pollard. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
A loss of 2 yards. It's now 4th and goal.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on the play of the game now, 4th and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 3 yards out, and the Cowboys have retaken the lead. They do tack on the extra point as well. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it.
Hey, bro, you can't just pick and choose who and when you want to play, bro.
That'll take it in the end zone. And he'll run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Bro.
No. Yeah. But they're not no glitch though. Okay? That's the glitchy, bro. It's glitchy as fuck.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now last time, so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said,
I don't need you to tell me that.
if you put it in the air, three things can happen, and two of them are bad. He would have kissed it on the ground.
You have like a child, bro.
I'm being honest.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a second and 5.
And I gave y'all some good answers. Right?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to blow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Exactly. Like, niggas get beat all the time.
One score down. Here we go.
Bro, I'm gonna
go for it here on 4th down. Now Jones throwing on 4th down. Now a
Let's go.
It's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Picking it out on 4th and 5, bro.
But these niggas
the Dallas offense here set to begin the
man.
drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively.
I'm dead ass serious. You want my roster, bro? But all these niggas gone, fuck.
Hey, check. Mike 50. Man, that's trash.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. This is caught inside the 15. A big play here for Dallas. 53 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Marr on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Nah, he was down.
The
Down by
kickoff
3.
team on the
Bro,
field now
I
as
stole
they will
21
send this
points
one
in the
away.
first quarter, bro. I stole 3 the second half into my last 2
This
drives.
is fielded a couple yards
stole
deep.
28 straight.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
He did. I drove right back down the field and scored. I scored on 4th and 3, nigga.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play. And maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the front line guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason.
I'm going to play with my team.
So for the Cowboys, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.